Every new War Thunder player hears the same advice. Start of the big three: the United States, Germany, or the USSR. These nations have the most famous tanks, the most vehicles, and some of the strongest lineups in the game. But if you really want to get better at War Thunder, you should try playing the nations that almost nobody talks about. Because there's a reason most players start with the big three. Because not only do they have the most vehicles in the game, but the most famous ones too, like the Tiger, Mustang, and T-34. As these tanks are strong, recognizable, and very annoying to play against. Because if you make a mistake, sometimes this good vehicle saves you. If your aim isn't perfect, the gun might still do the job. But this creates a small problem. When a vehicle is too good, players can sometimes rely on the vehicle itself instead of learning the game, especially when you believe in Russian bias, and especially when a furry tells you to play something. Because if your armor can block most shots, you might not learn proper positioning. If your plane always evaporates for no reason, you'll blame the snail instead of flying the plane you like the most. And if you always go into another match saying, "This will be fine, what could go wrong?" then dying never feels like something to learn. But smaller nations, they're completely different. Countries like Italy, Sweden, France, and Japan usually have more vehicles to explore, smaller tech trees, and most importantly, something new to learn, which means that you can get to a top tier a lot faster. Something every War Thunder player dreams of, right? But every time you get eliminated, you're punished much harder. Because if you mess up your positioning, or you're watching YouTube shorts while climbing, you're going back to the hangar for sure. Because take Italy for example. Italian vehicles are known for being extremely fast but not really armored. A lot of them rely on mobility rather than protection. If you try to play them like a heavy tank, you're going to explode almost instantly. As Italian players quickly learn how to flank enemies, move constantly, and avoid direct fights, making speed their major advantage. Also, just saying, if you're ever gonna plan to play Italy, I'm gonna warn you. Rank 1 in both air and ground feels like pain. But once you get into rank 2, things actually start to get fun as explained in this video tagged above, as Italy teaches you positioning and map awareness. Now we got Sweden. Swedish vehicles often look strange compared to other nations. Some of them have very unusual designs. For example, the Banakanon, whatever this thing is. It's basically a giant artillery cannon on tracks with an autoloader. Vehicles like this require careful positioning and good awareness. If you use them correctly, they can be incredibly powerful, especially with 400 millimeters of pen and 4.0. The only problem is the air tree. Their planes aren't the best, but if you know how to use them, they're one of the most dangerous things to fight against. But if you make a mistake, they're very easy to destroy, as Sweden teaches people how to play defense in ground and intercept in air. Next is France. French vehicles are often fast and aggressive. Many of them rely on autoloaders, meaning they can fire multiple shots pretty quickly. This creates a unique playstyle, as French players tend to push aggressively, deal damage quickly, and reposition before enemies can react. And for air, they're actually decent. You got planes in rank 3 that look like a turboprop that actually goes fast. So please don't make fun of France. It can hurt the French people and they'll attack you with baguettes, as France teaches you how and when to go aggressive in both air and ground. And then there's Japan. Japanese vehicles usually have strong guns but very little armor, so Japanese players quickly learn something important: don't get hit, as stealth, positioning, and careful aiming become extremely important. Now for the air tree, this might be one of the best ones out there, as they have one of the most unique dogfighters I've seen in my life. But if you get hit by a single 50 cal bullet, you're sadly dead, as Japan makes you learn how to not get hit by anything in both air and ground. Now we have China, one of the weird ones. Now I get it. China is copy and paste, but in a unique way. As for both ground and air, you get vehicles from America and Russia. So if you're a Chinese main, and for some reason you feel like playing America or Russia, then trust me, you're sending the entire enemy team back to the lobby, as you can get some of the best lineups in the game with this nation, as China teaches you how to play American and Russian vehicles. Now for one of the most interesting nations, the UK.
Right, I'll tell you what, you fat little.
Well, you just gotta love the air tree, because I love the Spitfires. A lot. And the Tempest with 40mm cannons and 3.7 is crazy. The problem comes in ground. They aren't the best either, but when you get into rank 3 and up, their pen is insane. But good luck finding a good shell that has explosive filler though, as the UK teaches people where to shoot in ground and how to dogfight in air. And after playing these smaller nations for a while, something interesting happens. You start paying much more attention to the map. You learn where enemies usually appear. You become better at spotting weak points. You learn how to dogfight. You learn how to not get hit. And most importantly, you learn when to fight and when to retreat. Now, of course, I'm not saying you should switch, because if the big three is what you like and it fits your playstyle, keep playing it. Do what makes you happy. But other than that, the big three might be the easiest nations to start with, but the smaller nations can actually make you a better player if it fits you. Because when your vehicle can't save you, you have to rely on your own skill. And that's when War Thunder becomes a lot more interesting. But yeah, you're still gonna suffer. So bye.